Today we are going to talk about BMNR stock with the huge announcements coming in, and also we see why they will take the stock to move higher from here, starting July 20th, and today is July 19th, fundamental analysis that I'm making with Equity Research Report. And please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy such analysis. So I'm also going to walk you through exactly what I am seeing right now, because this is a setup for BitMine Emerging Technologies heading into this new week, which is one of the more complex and unusual ones. And there's a lot happening at once, and I want to make sure you understand all of this before Monday opens. Now, Friday, looking at the market conditions, the story for BMNR this year has been nothing short of extraordinary and terrifying, depending on when you bought it. The stock closed at $15.69, up about 1.62% on the session and up about 4.47% over the past week. But that number doesn't begin to tell the story. BMNR is down roughly 42% year to date, sliding from around $27.15 at the end of 2025, and the stock has a 52-week range of 12.80 to 71.74. That means from its peak, this stock has lost more than 78% of its value in just under a year. So the market cap roughly sits at about 9.46 billion with an average daily volume of roughly 37 million shares. And that is what makes this setup so fascinating and so polarizing. The business model is unlike almost anything else in the public markets, and this is not a traditional technology company. This is a company that has completely pivoted away from its legacy Bitcoin mining operations to pursue a new strategy focused on becoming the largest Ethereum treasury company in the world. Now let me explain what that actually means, because I think it's critical you understand the business before you even think about the stock. BitMine Emerging Technologies is a Bitcoin and Ethereum network company with a focus on the accumulation of crypto for long-term investment. Its assets come from Bitcoin mining operations and financing transactions, but the core of the strategy today is aggressive Ethereum accumulation. Tom Lee, yes, that Tom Lee, the Fundstrat co-founder, is the chairman of the company, and he has outlined a plan for the company to acquire 5% of the total Ethereum supply. So as of June 21st, 2026, the company has already reached 4.7% of total Ethereum supply, holding 5.67 million Ethereum tokens valued at roughly $1.733 per token. So total crypto and cash holdings stood at 10.7 billion. The company also holds 205 Bitcoin, a 180 million stake in Beast Industries, the holding company behind the MrBeast YouTube and consumer brands empire, and a 104 million stake in 8Cork Holdings, and 601 million in cash and marketable securities. So the business model works like this: accumulate Ethereum at scale, use convertible debt to borrow cheaply, buy more Ethereum, generate stable cash flow from Ethereum staking rewards. In Q2 2026, revenue surged to 46.5 million, driven primarily by Ethereum staking rewards. So the company also recently disclosed buying 42,197 Ethereum, worth about 73 million in July 16th SEC filings. Now let me walk you through the earnings picture, because this is where things get really interesting and really confusing. For the fiscal third quarter 2026 ended May 31st, 2026, the company reported revenue of 46.53 million, and that's up roughly 22x from the same quarter last year. But the company also reported a quarterly loss, 128.25 per share. For Q2, total revenue was 11.04 million, an increase of 627.62% from the same quarter last year, but net income was negative 3.82 billion. How do you have revenue growth like that and still lose billions? Unrealized losses on digital assets. The company's 9-month net loss through Q3 was 9.11 billion on just 59.87 millions of revenue. But here's the critical distinctions. Those are paper losses driven by Ethereum price declines, not operational losses from the business itself. So the company's balance sheet is still strong, low leverage, 601 million in cash and 10.7 billion in total crypto and cash holdings. So the reported EPS of 8.53 on a trailing 12-month basis reflects those massive unrealized losses. Now let's talk about the analyst sentiment, because this is where things get really interesting. According to 3 analysts polled by S&P Global, BMNR has a consensus rating of strong buy with an average price target of 31.87, implying roughly 103 upside% from current levels. So the lowest target is 25, about 59% upside. So the highest is $40, about 155% upside. But there have been significant target cuts recently. BMNR Securities lowered its price target from $33 to $25 on July 16th, while maintaining a buy rating. Counterfeits lowered its price target from $39 to $30.30 on July 1st, while maintaining an overweight rating. Wins Ratings initiated coverage with a sell rating, so the sentiment is mixed, but still leans positive, with a consensus of moderate buy and an average price target of about 30.15. So Counterfeits Gerard noted that BMNR's first mover advantage as an Ethereum digital asset treasury makes it the best way to get Ethereum exposure through public equity markets. If you're enjoying the breakdown, please like, share, and subscribe. Now let me tell you about the strategic catalysts, because there are several big ones on the horizon. The 5% Ethereum goal firmly has been clear. The company is targeting 5% of total Ethereum supply, and of June 21st they were at 4.7%, and the last 0.3% represents roughly 360,000 Ethereum, about 600 million at current prices. So the company recently bought 42,197 Ethereum in a single transaction, and they are not slowing down. The other one is Russell 1000 inclusion. Bitmain was recently added to the Russell 1000 index, which signals a broader role for the company within crypto and AI ecosystem and adds visibility at a time when Wall Street is paying closer attention to how digital assets and AI infrastructure might connect. Also, we have the Beast Industries stake, which could also give it exposure to creator economy infrastructure. Now, let me talk about the institutional positioning. We see that institutional holders like Independent Financial Group LLC recently made the new investment in BMNR, and institutional ownership stands at 37.35%. So the bulls see a unique Ethereum treasury play with first mover advantage. The bears see a leveraged Ethereum proxy with massive concentration risks. So the key levels you should watch today. The downside is $12.8 in a 52-week low. The stock hit that on June 30th. Now, if we break on that on heavy aggressive volume, that tells me we could see a flash towards the pre-rally levels. On the upside, I need to see a clean close above $20 to feel like momentum has stabilized, and a close above the 50-day moving average of 17.22 would be another sign that the recovery is starting. And my best case is for how we trade this week is continued volatility with a bias towards consolidation. The stock has rebounded from its low but still faces significant headwinds, so the fundamental case for the business is tied almost entirely to the price of Ethereum. If Ethereum rallies, BMNR rallies. If Ethereum falls, BMNR falls harder. That's the reality of a company with 5.67 million Ethereum on its balance sheet. So what are your thoughts? Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to worship God, fear God, give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come. And worship Him who is the creator of heaven and earth. And please remember that the judgment is set. Thank you. See you in the next video. That's Revelation 14 verse 7. Want more information? Please check the description box below.